I wanted to make this video. Uh, the motivation of me making this video is something that I just watched. It was a woman telling that. It was a woman telling that she regrets being too educated, that she can't be with anyone at this moment. And she told that the more that you educate yourself, the more you start becoming lonely. Well, I have I have an entirely different belief. And I just wanted to share that because I saw in the comments that almost everyone was, in a way, weaponizing education as a means of something which will push you into loneliness. But that's not the case. At least I believe that that is not the case. See, the thing is that real intelligence is not about being right. It's not about sticking to the facts. Real intelligence is about empathy, love. It teaches you empathy. It teaches that every form of life is beautiful and worthy of existence, worthy of living their life in the way that they want to live their life in. Many times, what people confuse, or what people who think that education can is the only thing that is bringing them into more loneliness, is they're not understanding that they're very rigid. They have become very rigid. The goal and motive of education is not to make you rigid. It is to make you understand that nothing is either black or white. It just gives you a lot of empathy. It just gives you a lot of understanding. And I feel that empathy and understanding are the things that will build your relationships. Real education, real intelligence teaches you. First of all, there's no such thing as a real intelligence. I'm really sorry to term it in that way, but intelligence, after a point, teaches you empathy and love. And see, the reason you're not, if you feel that way, the reason you're not able to feel love or empathy is because you are becoming very rigid. Now, that sense of rigidness or rigidness with your facts and discipline with your facts did help you achieve to the point that you've reached. But now it is acting as a liability because it is, in a way, protecting your own self. uh, you don't want to accept that other forms also exist, other people also exist. You don't want to accept that people who didn't do the things the who didn't do the things that you felt was the only right way to go ahead can also achieve things, and they also achieve things. It's you protecting yourselves. See, when you study mathematics, you understand that the facts that you're basing your righteousness on are created by us. They are also created by us. I'd urge you to study about piano axioms, and uh, one of the most beautiful realizations of that is the thing which the thing which helps you build up a real factual statement is flawed in the first place, because it's what I defined, it's what I made it to be. So I lay the roots and you're building up on top of those roots. But what tells you, and what gives you the assurance that those roots are right in the first place? It's just my roots. Another person, or in another universe, those rules could have been written in a different way. So then all those facts that you are imposing on yourselves will turn out to be factual fallacies, factual, factually incorrect statements. And the more you learn, the more you'll understand, the more you'll uh, the more you'll know about incompleteness, and the more you'll start to appreciate fuzziness. See, real your brain does not learn in a very crisp way. You have an identity of how a person should be, and you impose and believe you want to believe that that identity is based out of facts, and you're right. Where I told you that those facts are just built on top of definitions, and if I just change the definition, then all your facts will go haywire. But at the same time, so two things: facts and building upon that facts. I, in a way, urged you to learn that those facts are not right. So you should not be very rigid onto those facts. Now we'll come up to the second point, which is building on top of that facts. And the more you study, the more you understand that your brain, neural networks, they don't work in a crisp fashion. They work in a fuzzy manner. And that is the reason why coming up with neural networks and like building these real systems was a very big havoc, because it's very hard to mimic inaccuracies. It's very hard to mimic non-deterministic things. The deterministic things can have an algorithm. It's very hard to determine fuzzy networks, and your brain learns in a fuzzy manner. What I mean by that is that it won't go from this point to this point, or this point to this point. It can do anything. It can make any kind of connections in between them and still learn. So, people who, so there are people who went about their life in a very structured way, and then there are people who went about their life in a very haphazard way. But they both made it up. They both made it. What I'm trying to say is that read more. If you feel that education has made you lonely and education has made you closed, you're not educated enough. And it's completely all right. There's nothing wrong in that. Just learn, read, read about Russian literature, read, uh, watch movies, watch cinema, watch beautiful cinema. Go out and live your life. Be with people who you don't agree with and who have a different opinion as to yours. And don't just be with them on like a 1 hour basis or like a 1 day basis. Be with them for a long term basis. You'll find beauty in life, I'd say. So if you think that your education is keeping you lonely or education is making you lonely, well, you're just not educated enough. Real education teaches you about love, about empathy. Don't let your education and don't let your rigidity become a liability. It was an asset because it helped you achieve what you are at this point. But now it is becoming a liability because now it is interfering with your relationships, interfering with uh, the path to enlightenment and the path to beauty. Just that. I just ran it on for about 9.5 minutes, but it's all about love. It's all about love. Real intelligence will give you the purpose of life, and that purpose of life can be anything. It's so beautiful that it can be anything. And you feel really happy by making others happy. And I feel I want you to be happy. I want you to get over that rigidity and accept that you can be wrong. You are wrong. Because the thing is that the most right things about you are defined on things which can be toggled, and everything about your existence will become wrong then. So you are wrong. And I am wrong. This just read more, educate yourself more, and just don't let your rigidity become a liability.